Blarla. Hello peeps and welcome back to Project Hospital. Welcome back to Traumatology DLC, where we are in the process of taking on 6 accident events in a row successfully. In the last episode we did 3 and we're going to continue to do them consecutively. We're not going to give the hospital any time to recover from this bombardment of events. We're going to do another 3, bringing the hospital to its limits probably. We're going to get too full, but I don't care. What is cool though is that while doing all of that, we've managed to keep prestige at 5. Look, all the departments are at 5 stars. Everything's at top. Don't see that very often, so that's pretty cool. So let's press play, shall we? We're still looking after quite a lot of patients down here. Another patient has just collapsed in reception. Let's zoom in. Here. So we do have another patient that has collapsed here, which we're going to be getting into trauma over here, and we can see there is some people already in trauma, so we you know, we're not starting with clear beds or anything, and we're just going to go straight in with another event. Also, I'm just going to check. So look at this. So orthopedy, we've got 8 out of 13 on the high dependency unit here, because this has been getting quite busy, hasn't it, with these events? It's pretty interesting. So here we go. Let's come up here and hit this. There has been a road traffic accident on a major road in the region. Oh, we had one like this quite recently. Emergency services have been dispatched to the crash site. Your hospital should prepare for a high number of seriously wounded. And actually, once again, we've got lucky. Look, there's only 3 of them. We are getting very lucky with this sort of stuff, aren't we? So we're going to put them all on blue alert before they even get here. And see what we get, but I've got a feeling they could be all orthopedy again, right? They could be all orthopedy. Yeah. Oh, the chopper's going. Ambulance is off. We'll probably see another ambulance go shortly. While we're here, shall I make sure that they're leaving? They're leaving. Okay, so we are clearing up space as well, which is great. Here we go. One has arrived. Carol King. Uh-oh, somebody's instantly collapsed somewhere else. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. We have heart failure over here, so we need to do a defib pretty quickly. Give something as well for this hypertension. Wow, okay. But our first emergency patient has arrived here. Let's check them out. Let's see. Yeah, not too bad. I'm probably straight to orthopedy again. Although it may not necessarily be an orthopedy thing, but I don't want to keep them here in this department, which is why we keep sending them off to orthopedy. But it's becoming a bit of a thing, isn't it? It is becoming a bit of a thing. They need a chest x-ray. They've had their antiseptic spray, which is great. So I don't need to worry about them anymore. So we need to stabilise her. Wow, I've got a lot of patients. Yes, they've had their testing. In fact, we probably don't need to worry about them anymore. Thank you. Back to them. Yes, so let's stabilise them. I suppose we could do these things as they are here. Might as well do the physical. So that when they are upstairs, there's not really anything for them to do. Another patient is collapsing. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're going to take them over. It shouldn't be too bad to deal with. They will come down to trauma because we don't have a final diagnosis, which I'm pleased about. I think it's going to be the best place for them, and we are just waiting on the results of that test that she currently has going on. Who is this? Chopper's coming in as well. It's all kicking off. Deal with the fainting. Okay, let's go to the roof. Oh, what's going on here? There. Hello, Jennifer. Okay, Jennifer is going to need a blood transfusion. We can't be full down there. She's just staying on the roof. We can't be full already. My goodness. Okay. It has been pretty full on, hasn't it? Let's open this up. There we go. So we can get her off the roof. And try and keep it all down. So I think we are going to have to send her to orthopedy to help make room. And then we want the chest x-ray. I'd actually quite like to do the interview. And then the chest x-ray would be pretty good there. That should resolve that one, which would be great. Let's, where are they? Oh, this is the other emergency person, right. So, wow, this could be pretty bad. Let's do the physical. Here, we can't do speech listening or the interview. So can't search for any of these sorts of things. But they are absolutely, and that's not urgent, whereas getting them in the CT absolutely is. So I'm going to take that. Oh, they should probably go to the ICU. They should probably go to the ICU. Let's do the emergency care and get the bandage on, which is a bit of a waste of time. But we're going to do it. And then they probably, what is the ICU like after the last episode, actually? Haven't checked it. 6 out of 10. It's getting pretty full up there. Do I want to do it? It's getting pretty full down here too, though. You know, maybe we'll try and prevent it. We will keep them around here, I think, in trauma. And arrange for that CT. I think that's what we'll do. Oh, look, she's arrived. Jennifer Baker is here. That's good. We've got all sorts that could be going on here. Certainly, let's do the physical. And I think maybe we might want to do a fast as well. We might do. Let's just do a physical, actually, and see what we get, because that could whittle it down quite a bit, actually, a physical. And we want to try and save some time here. So we can't see what's happening, which is a little bit annoying. Whittled it down a little bit. Right, let's do an evaluation, because that could help us with these 2 traumatology ones. Let's do the evaluation. The evaluation came back negative, so I know that it's not going to be these traumatology ones, right? It's not going to be those. Oh my god, it could be. Oh no, what are we going to do? Okay, well, first of all, let's deal with this severe hemorrhaging. We're going to put a pressure bandage on. And I want to do a fast, I think, for seeing if we can find out if it's either of these general surgery ones. So let's do a fast, which I've clearly gone past right now. Fast. Let's do a fast. Yeah, let's see if that helps us out at all. Oh, that's it. That's what it did it. The fast was the way to go. Look at that. Liver laceration. Right. We are going to send her directly to general surgery and get that abdominal surgery, and hopefully try and avoid her going to the ICU. I believe that Thomas Lee has gone for his CT. Now, he is currently showing as treated, but it really does depend what happens, what the results are to this CT, and we could lose this. He doesn't seem to be bleeding though, so we might just be okay. Yeah, the CT was good. We do not have intracranial hemorrhaging. That's exactly what we wanted to know, and it's wonderful that he is clear of that. So he can go back to trauma. But then once he's back on trauma, we'll send him to neurology just for recovery. But he is in good hands now. Carol here is having her x-ray, her chest x-ray. It'll be interesting to see which way this goes. But I think whatever happens, it's not that bad. Yeah, look, it's either a compression wrap or it's going to be numbing ointment. It's completely fine. She has fractured ribs. There it is. So it's a compression wrap. And that is her all done. So once she's got her compression wrap, that's this emergency completed, because Jennifer Baker is all done too, look. She's being transported to treatment right now for her abdominal surgery. So she is now showing as treated, which is brilliant. Ah, nice. So we just need to get Carol back to her room and get that compression wrap on. And there it is. So she's just about to go for her compression wrap. which means she's about to be transported to treatment. That's it. That's all we needed to do in order to complete the event. 41 events in the road, £20,000. Let's okay that. Let's kick off another one. No messing. An armed robbery followed by a shootout in the streets in the city centre has just been reported. All suspects were apprehended and emergency services are transporting wounded to nearby hospitals. And once again, we actually only have 3 of them. Isn't that amazing? These emergencies have been super easy. Right, let's wait for them to arrive. Are we going to hear the helicopter take off? Probably. A bunch of ambulances go. Let's find out. Let's press play. Yeah, there goes an ambulance. There's one at least. Not had the chopper go though. Okay, fair enough. But I think we're doing all right. Although look, we do still have people kicking around here. Let's send them to internal medicine now. Let's send her to infectious diseases. That'll be good. And what I am going to do once again is just take this room off. I like the buffer here. When I see patients not what corridor moving, it's nice to know that I have that extra room there. Then I know it's getting desperate and start moving patients away. Here comes the ambulance. We have policeman officer. Look. Carol Robinson. It's in a pretty bad way. So they're already going to deal with the first couple of bits here that we can see that's desperate. And then we need to distinguish between these two. We'll go with a physical to start off with. We're going to do some blood pressure as well. And then we'll see how far that gets us. So from the physical, we have found that it's the arm ballistic wound. So that's pretty good. Now, the thing is I think we need to do a USG pretty quick. But I think that's all we need to do right now. So, yeah, let's get a USG done. We're going to send her from trauma as well. We're not going to send her away from trauma. We're going to do it from here. Actually, let's take that off. We've had somebody else arrive. So, right, they do have a foreign object present. That saves USGs being done. So they're going to remove that foreign object. She's had a lot of bleeding as well, so we've got pressure bandages and whatnot going on. Let's arrange for the physical to happen. Along with just looking at the chest, blood pressure, and see what that gets us. And here comes, no doubt, the last person. Yeah, very similar situation. So these are all traumatology, which takes the pressure off of orthopedic a bit, which is nice. Let's get a blood transfusion requested on here as well. Lots of bleeding. This is a civilian though, right? Because we've got 2 policeman officers and now we've got a civilian. So that's, you know, a bit alarming, isn't it? Here comes Carol for her USG. Okay, so they've come to the, these are the trauma ones that I like for trauma and the ICU to use. They are absolutely using them, which is fantastic. Be interesting to find out the results. So the USG was negative. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. That means that we can get her to traumatology and see about getting the surgery that she needs pretty quickly. With Patricia Lee here, similar sort of situation, we're going to need to send her for the USG. Even though we have done a foreign object removal, I just want to make sure there's nothing else here to worry about. Where is it? There it is. So we're going to do that again, you know, just to be sure. Jessica Wright has just gone into hypovolemic shock. It's just because we haven't got that blood transfusion going quick enough for her just at the moment. Oh no, something similar happening over here. We need to get a blood transfusion over here as well. Let's take the USG off to make sure they prioritise the blood transfusion, because again, it's happening over here. Both having the same thing done as quick as you like. We've got the blood transfusion going in here. Can we do a physical then? Let's take blood pressure. Let's do those things first over here. We've done those things over here. We need this blood transfusion very, very quickly. Nobody seems to be... Is it? It's end of shift. They're changing shifts. This is a real issue with this game. They've got a patient crashing and staff changeover is the priority. Seems wrong, doesn't it? You would think that the doctor on... if a patient is crashing during staff changeover, really the doctor that's responsible for that patient should do it before they go home. It should be the priority, but it's not. So she's now just going to lie here crashing until the next staff change comes in. It's not the best. With Carol back, we're going to give her a diagnosis, and I'm going to try and do this through traumatology without sending her to the ICU. Hopefully she won't crash when she arrives there, but she might do. But fingers crossed she doesn't. I mean, these two are so unstable. So they're just waiting for staff. Okay, staff are in. They're doing it. It's happening. It's actually happening. Right. Jessica can now have some heart monitoring. That would be good. But we're getting close, I think, to sending her for a USG. What have we got going on here? Similar sort of situation. Let's do the heart monitoring here as well. Also, oh no, we've done it over here. Well, that's good. Get the results of this. Treat anything. If anything needs treating, then send her for the USG. Patricia Lee's was negative. Okay, so now it's USG time for Patricia. Excellent. For Jessica, same situation. They're going to have to take different USGs here, I think. Yes. Yes, they are. Annoyingly, Carol Robinson did crash on traumatology. I was really hoping that wouldn't happen, but it has. So she will end up in the ICU. How is the ICU doing in space? Well, it's half, so not too bad. But yeah, the problem with this, of course, is now we've got an additional move of her, which is not great. Can make her even weaker. It's just as well they are top-notch anaesthetists on the ICU. Carol on her way to the ICU. So I've removed her surgery just for the moment so that they can prioritise the blood transfusion, which is what she really needs right now. I don't want them to send for her surgery while she's crashing with hypovolemic shock. So we'll get the blood transfusion in, get her stable in the ICU, then we will try for surgery one more time. Jessica. So from her USG, we have found that she has large arteries damage. It's pretty bad, isn't it? So we're definitely going to need vascular surgery here. Exactly the same for Patricia Lee as well. Wow, okay, lots of surgeries happening in trauma. So Carol has had her blood transfusion, so now we want the surgery. She's being transported, so that was nice and quick for surgery. Let's just go upstairs to surgery a minute. So, because, right, there's no surgeries happening at the moment, so plenty of rooms. I mean, there's always plenty of rooms, but it's more about the teams, isn't it? So if we go to traumatology, here's our teams. We've got 2 day and night, because they tend to be, this department tends to need, patients can need multiple surgeries. So you need quite a lot of teams. And sometimes I worry that these 4 teams aren't enough. But they might be today. So we've got, one team will take Carol. Then we've got Patricia Lee, who is going to need surgery. Now there's also Jessica Wright, who also needs surgery. Yeah, so one of them's going to be waiting. One of them is going to be waiting. They've both crashed, you know, so there's, I don't know, they've both needed to be stabilized at some point. I really don't think there's anyone, either one needs to be prioritised over the other, I don't think, to be honest. What we'll do we are going to send to the ICU. She actually needs 2 surgeries as well, so she's going to take up both teams at some point. Actually, so that is a thing, isn't it? Whereas, same though here. Same though here. 2 surgical teams. I can't believe it. Because they need their lower limb trauma surgery for their ballistic wound, but then they both need vascular surgery as well. Whereas Carol here just needed the upper limb trauma. Wow. Not the best. It's pretty crazy up in here. Seem to have 2 surgeries here. Let's see. This is traumatology for Carol Robinson. This is cardiology, though, for a completely different patient. A Casey Robinson. Right, okay. So at the moment, only 1 trauma team is operating. That's okay. Thought I'm trying to get to the patient. Can't. Right, let's clear all of this. So this is Carol Robinson, who I think just needs the 1, right? This is her. This is her. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay, Jessica Wright has just started to be taken to surgery for upper limb trauma surgery. Carol Robinson is still here. We've got this cardiovascular one next door, which is unrelated to our emergency. But we do have another surgical team prepping. I want to see which room they're going to be. Oh, it looks like they're going to be doing it here. Is this... Yeah, Jessica Wright. So this is where Jessica's surgery will be. So we have Patricia Lee just waiting. It's nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking. Given as well that Jessica's going to need 2 surgeries consecutively. So she's probably going to be going back to the ICU rather than getting the surgeries consecutively, because I'm just not sure how the teams are going to cope. Now that we've finished with Carol, it means that this team can now bring Patricia up, which is great, but it does mean that these 2 patients that need 2 surgeries are going to keep going back to the ICU because there's not enough teams to do them consecutively, which means they can become a lot more unstable, so they may still collapse yet, possibly numerous times. So it's still very dicey for us. Yep, just as expected, while this surgery is happening, Patricia is now being transported to her first surgery as well. So that is now underway. So it looks like they are coming back to this surgery room. We have, I think the game's saving. We have a surgery happening here. Yeah, it was saving. Surgery happening here. Surgery happening here. This is our one. We've just had a thumbs up. That's great. But now, as I suspect, they will send her back to the ICU because the other team are going to be here. Jessica has returned to her room after her first surgery. So she's going to be now waiting for her next, which will probably happen almost instantly as Patricia has finished her surgery. So one surgery team is free, another surgery team is about to free up. In fact, actually, it looks like Patricia is getting her operations consecutively because the other team is free from Jessica. She's not going anywhere. She's staying here and they're going to go straight on to the next one. That's fantastic. So it's just Jessica that's been messed around a little bit and is waiting for for a surgical team, which will come up very shortly because her first surgical team are done. So once they hand off to the second, then Jessica can be moved to surgery. Hey, that's great. Really, really pleased about that. That's gone really, really well because we've got the nurse, you see, from the previous team, so she can't prep for the next until she's done here. These are the nurses waiting on the second team, so it's really good. That's gone a little bit better than I anticipated. Oh my goodness, we did it. There we go. See, she didn't have to wait long. As soon as that nurse was done, she was prepping, off to prep for Jessica here. And of course, as soon as they go in, it's all done. So here we go, 42 events in a row. That's event number 5. I can't believe it. One more to go. Boom! An explosion followed by a fire has been reported in a local power plant. All emergency services are already on site and transporting wounded to nearby hospitals. This, for us, is quite a big one, I suppose, isn't it? Look, got a whole bunch of them. 6, 7. We've got 7 of them. My goodness. Right. Well, we might as well finish with the big one, eh? Chopper's gone. Chopper immediately flew away. Ambulance is off. The ambulances will just keep leaving. Okay. This is going to... God, if the hospital was packed, this is really going to take the biscuit. Mind you, at least this is quieter now. Oh no, he's close to collapse. I can't believe it. He's walked in with his arms crossed. No! I'll take him over and see if we can avoid him coming to trauma at all costs. They're all leaving. Oh no, this is gonna... It's a big one. It's a big one, peeps. God damn it, William. We don't need this right now. No! How could you... okay, well... Do you know what? We'll be able to actually solve this main problem right here in trauma. But we just don't want to use the bed right now. Oh no. The chopper's coming in. Another ambulance just left. The chopper is arriving. Oh my goodness. Oh yes, from the last emergency, I'm now doing like that upper limb x-rays and stuff because they might need more surgeries. They're just not as urgent. Oh my goodness. Ambulance is arriving as well. Oh my goodness. It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off. What is this? Bed required for treatment. Yes, I know she's had to wait. The trauma teams have been very, very busy. All right. They've been very, very busy. Oh no, they've gone in. They've gone in. Where are they? Oh, this is interesting. Oh, they're not part of the emergency. Oh, they're just a wind-up person. God damn it, Mark Young. Oh yeah, now I'm going to try and sort out this Joseph Green so that they don't need to come to trauma, and hopefully they'll get sorted out pretty quickly. Yeah, that would be good. We'll do a physical examination, abdominal palpitations, and then we'll do a differential and see if we can send him directly to the department, get him his treatment, and then test to see if it is the actual thing. That's the plan with him. Very similar thing I've just done with this guy as well. Just, you know, sort of quickly get it done. Another ambulance. They're arriving thick and fast. Yeah, here is another one. Alrighty. Alrighty. This is fine. Oh, look! Okay. We've got some results here for this guy. So we're going to say, hey, go to there. To infectious diseases. And I think they're probably going to need to be hospitalised. Yeah, they need to be hospitalised. Get their treatment. We'll also bring down their temperature. And then we'll see about doing all the tests for him. So we've managed to keep him out of trauma, which was really good. That was really good. We're going to send this guy away as well now from trauma. This person has arrived with the lead poisoning. So I think with this person, we are going to, now that he's stabilised, we're going to send him straight to internal medicine for the therapy stuff that he needs for lead poisoning. So he's not here anymore. Just get rid of them. Oh yes, William Hall is still here. A little bit annoying. Right, Jordan. So severe hemorrhaging. Let's get a pressure bandage on there. We are going to need surgery. Before we do that though, let's check over his heart. So we can see here that there could be heart problems. We're going to do that. There could be, we need to do the pulse thing. There's the heart. Yeah. This is a good start for anything particularly urgent, but Jordan here is definitely going to have to go to the ICU. What is the ICU like? We've got space for 2. We may have to open up our emergency overflow ICU at this rate. We just might have to do that. Somebody else being rushed in. David Hill. Oh my god, he could have high voltage burn. My goodness. It's alarming, isn't it? My goodness, my goodness. Right, okay. Stabilise him. Right, now, let's do a physical. I think we should listen to his chest. Possibly take pulse. Let's do heart monitoring. Particularly if he's potentially had electric shock. which he has. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's get this sorted out quickly. We will need surgery. Jordan here. Okay. Let's sort out that's oxygen with the hypoxia. Oh my goodness. My cat is meowing. What? Coral? Are you okay? So with Jordan now, what we need to do, I think, is get him to... No, I need to give him a diagnosis before we can do that. Get him to the ICU. Now, we are going to need to do, I think, a CT, yeah, an MRI and a USG before he can have surgery. Oh my goodness. So USG, CT, MRI. Pretty sure we need to do all those things. Can you believe it? Okay. Another has arrived. Another has arrived. Unconscious. Let's get the pressure bandage on. Looks like we're going to need some replantation. Degloved skin. Oh dear. That is rough, isn't it? That is rough. What's going on here? David Hill. David Hill? He's got necrosis. Well, that's not good at all, is it? Now, do I risk sending him to trauma? I think I will. Risk sending him directly to trauma. And try and get these two things done urgently while there. See if we can prevent the crashing. Ooh. Don't know, though. Don't know, though. Another is coming. Also, I think... Yeah, we got Mary Jackson here as well. What's happening here? So she's been stabilized, but we need to just do various checks, don't we? Now let's do the pulse. We need to do the heart. Let's get those checks going. Somebody new here. Okay. Another service person. So let's go straight in with the physical. Looking at this blood pressure. Let's don't need to worry about pulse, but let's do heart. See what we can find here. Again, lots of traumatology this time. What's our traumatology department like? Although, to be honest, I think a lot of them are going to be going to the ICU. Yeah, trauma's got plenty of space, but let's say, I don't know. It's ICU that's going to be overflowing. We're going to try our best, though. Right. So they need some burn management and debridement, which we're going to try and do here, so that she can, if we can sort her out here, then she might be able to just recover on traumatology, which would be really, really good, because the burn management for what has actually happened here is going on. Another forces person. Let's put them on blue. So we're going to need to do a physical once again. Let's do all the heart things. We are going to do the pulse. We're going to do the burn management right here. Who is this? Mary Jackson. So Mary Jackson. Okay, so again, I think we're going to have to do a whole barrage of tests before she can actually go to surgery. Can we do them all from trauma? I think I might give it a go. So we definitely need to do a USG. And actually it's not too bad here. USG and a CT, but I don't think we need to do an MRI. So that's what we're going to do. So USG and then a CT. We're going to try and do it from trauma to try and prevent people from going to, mind you, if she crashes, so let's take that off. I don't want, same here. If they crash, I don't want them going to the ICU if I can help it. Mary is now crashing. Okay, so let's take those off so they can prioritize the blood transfusion. Here they come a-running. And then just wait for this blood transfusion to turn orange and flashing. What on earth? Has he gone back to his desk to do it? Dude. What's happening here? She's just idle in bed right now. Can we give her the blood transfusion? Hello? Oh my god. Elizabeth's in good nick here. Let's do the evaluation. Let's do protective dressing. Give her something for the pain. And then I think Elizabeth is all good, 100%, and can go, look, I mean, she's even showing up here as complete. We will be able to send her to trauma, and she should be fine as well, just on the regular hospitalisation there, as well, and she can just recover. So that'll be great. So, all right, Mary has had her blood transfusion, finally. Right, let's try again. USG and CT, please. There we go. So, Elizabeth Laker is all done. Let's send her to traumatology, just to rest up, really. And we can take her off of the cards now. Excellent. Still waiting for one to arrive. Oh. Just as I say it, just as I say it. There they are. I think this is the last person to arrive. Let's do the physical. Excellent. Let's do, yes, pulse, heart, all those usual bits and bobs. What we've got going on with Kate Anderson here has tachycardia. Kate Anderson has tachycardia, which I believe, yes, good. Let's get that done. We need to do also the debridement for this necrosis. See if we can sort her out mostly here. That would be great. Let's also do that evaluation, so we can try and tick everything off that's possible here. Get through Lisa Lopez's examinations here. Oh my goodness. Look at all this stuff for Mary Jackson that's happening. Oh my goodness. This is bad. This is bad. They can do foreign object removal though at trauma, it would seem. So that's something. Similar situation for Jordan. Let's try and do the foreign object removal. I don't think that's surgery. No, they can just do it right there in the room. That's good. Excellent. Kate Anderson is all done. She's in excruciating amount of pain though, so we're just going to give her all the things. But they can do that on traumatology. So we'll get that done. Get her off to traumatology. They will sort her out. Not our problem anymore. No, she's all good. Look at this. So Lisa Lopez is all sorted. We managed to do it all here on trauma. She wasn't that bad either. So we can now send her to traumatology. That's excellent. I'm assuming they're not part of the emergency. Nope, they are not. But of course, emergencies do still come in. And I'm still trying to be very careful of the ICU as they do. But you can see here, we only actually have 2 more to go. So we've got Jordan here and Mary Jackson. They are the 2 truly dodgy ones. So Mary CT showed perforated lungs. She's in a really rough way. Really rough way. Okay. So that is 1, 2, 3 surgeries. 3 surgeries, and she's going to need a replantation as well, but we'll do that later. And I mean, it's possible as well. There's going to be other surgeries for fractures and stuff, but they're not as urgent as the ones that are currently lined up to be done. David Hill is in surgery. Surely we're going to need quite a lot of surgeries going on. Staff changeover is happening though. But yeah, David Hill is in for some surgery here. When he comes out of that, we are going to need a bunch of other things to happen. We've managed to keep him on traumatology, which is fantastic. We can do the speech listening now, but we've done all of those bits, which was clear. Let's do the urine analysis test, so we can start being sort of a bit more thorough with him now, I think, which is great. Then the test is going to be somewhere around here. Somewhere around here, there it is. And an MRI for that. Scans here at the end. Okay. But it looks like David Hill is going to be absolutely fantastic. So we've done the foreign object removal here for Mary Jackson. This is where we have to try and hope for the best. We're going to send her to traumatology and line up all of her surgeries. Really, for something like this, we would need 3 surgical teams. No, I think they can change out. But these surgical teams are going to be so busy with others. This is so ropey. She's going to end up on the ICU. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. But yeah, it feels like there's not enough surgical teams on traumatology. But it's just a rough couple of days for them. They're going to have to just live with it and do their very best, which I'm sure they are absolutely doing. They do seem to be smashing through surgeries. Then we can open up the surgery list for them here. Traumatology. See, it's not too bad. They're just smashing through them. You know, they are smashing through those surgeries. Jordan Smith is on the ICU and he is just about to be transported to his first surgery. So Jordan is on his way. Mary is on her way to trauma because we're going to try and risk it. Mary is now waiting for surgical teams. Yeah. Oh, they're only just upstairs. So this is general surgery here. So Jordan Smith surgery is happening right here. So I would say the next, where are we? Let's have a look. They must be, yeah, they're Jordan Smith. So preparing for surgery. There we go. Excellent. So her first, Mary Jackson's first surgery, I've lost her, is about to begin. Yep, she's being transported to treatment. Look at that. That's great. They've just come to get her. The only problem is she's going to need numerous surgeries. Gave me 40 minutes, I think, to do this emergency. We've got 17 minutes left, so it should be fine. Now, Jordan Smith's had his first surgery, but of course we know the next surgical team is busy with Mary Jackson. So this is where a third surgical team would really help right now, because they're probably going to send him back to the ICU, which is not great for his condition. He could collapse again there. So a little bit nervous about this. It's a bit of a dicey moment. Can't help but notice he didn't get his MRI either. Maybe we didn't need it. No, we do need that MRI. We might as well take the time to get that MRI and just see if there's any potential problems after surgery as well, as he's going to be just waiting a little bit there. Mary Jackson has had one surgery completed. God, look at the discomfort. It's really, really bad, isn't it? Penetrating wound, blast wound, chest pain, large arteries damaged, degloved skin, lungs perforated, blood transfusion. It's like a real mess. She doesn't even have one bit of a star in comfort. Dearie me. Jordan Smith is having his MRI. While we give the surgical teams just a moment. No, it was negative. That's great. So he can have his physical and then he can go for his vascular surgery. Where's Mary? What's happening with Mary? She is treated. So, ooh, Mary is on her second surgery. That's fantastic. To the point actually where I might say let's not get Jordan his last surgery just yet. I'm actually going to risk this and see if we can keep Mary there, and then as soon as Mary goes in for her third surgery without hopefully going back to the ICU, we will then arrange for Jordan to get his final surgery. Yes. Looks like we're coming to the end of that surgery. We want to see her going for the next one. Yes, there we go. She is now going in for her next surgery. Right, let's go back, and she's now showing as done. So Jordan, where are you? Jordan Smith. Let's get rid of that. Let's go straight to vascular surgery, please, Jordan. And of course, you can see here that we've got more coming in constantly to trauma that aren't related to all these problems of these emergencies we've been doing. So trauma are really under it. I'm thinking I might have to get a whole nother team for trauma, because it's a little bit insane. Or maybe even if it's just one additional trauma surgical team. I just don't know where I would put them, because it's pretty full back here, you know. Do I really want to take up more of this garden? Not really, no. There it is. Jordan Smith is about to be sent for his last surgery, which means we completed the event. That is 43 events in a row. Another 20,000. there we go. Objective insurance company has been completed. So that was 6 accident events in a row with a government grant of 50,000. So now we have to have no untreated patients for 8 days in a row. My goodness, that one's going to take some time. And this would be 9 out of 12 objectives for Protect Care. Wow, it's been a busy couple of days, isn't it? If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you to all my Patreons for their continued support.